Hi everyone, welcome back to Cloud9 Intuitive. I'm here to do a collective reading for the full moon in Cancer, the last full moon of 2023, which is taking place on Tuesday, December 26th at 4:33 p.m. Pacific time. Adjust for your time zone wherever you are in the world. I hope you are all doing well out there. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. I'm actually recording this on Christmas Day, so if you celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a great Christmas. And if you don't, I hope you just had a really good day. I had a really great day, and I'm excited to do this reading. Really happy to be here in this very healing, very nourishing Cancer energy. But before I get into that energy, I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. This has been a really challenging year for me. It was a year where I was challenged both by God and by myself to step out on faith, to try new things, to honor my heart and honor my calling. And you all have made it really special and much easier. Thank you so much for the love and for the support. Everybody who has watched one of these readings, who has hit the thumbs up, dropped a comment, supporters over on Patreon. Wow, I love you guys so much. And everyone who's subscribed here over the course of this year. When I started really making videos last year in October, I had 34 subscribers and I have 190 something now, which blows my mind. I didn't think that anyone would watch these except for people that I know personally. So thank you all so much. I love you all so much. And I hope you continue to ride with me as I continue to grow and challenge myself, learn new things, learn with you, grow with you. And I appreciate your trust, and I appreciate your kindness, and I appreciate your presence and just sharing energy with me. So as I get emotional, I want to say this Cancer full moon energy is going to bring forth a lot of emotions. You are going to be asked to really feel through your feelings, to allow them. As some of you might be dealing with closure and everything, like as we tend to do at the end of the year, we just sort of look back over the year, reflect. This might be bringing up some really deep emotions, perhaps some things that you haven't wanted necessarily to sit with, and you're being asked to allow those feelings, allow all of them. So like you might be feeling grief. I'm getting a lot of like grieving endings and things like that. So you might be going through like a grief period here, or just like allowing for sadness, allowing yourself to feel through anger. But at the same time, also making space for joy, making space for the happiness, the things that delight you, right? Making space for all of those things in your vision as well, in the same way that you are allowing for the release of more dense energy. So hopefully you all are doing well through this process, the process of allowing and opening to the new, which is sort of what we're doing as we're on the cusp of a new year. I know we say that at every new year, but 2024 feels very pivotal from an astrological standpoint and from an energetic standpoint. And I think it would behoove us all to really sit and focus on our visions for our personal future, not what your vision was, last year or 2017 or 2012, whatever, not what your vision was 2019, I heard specifically. But how is your vision evolving as you evolve? The earth is evolving. The frequency of the earth is evolving. And so it is inevitable, because we are connected. We are so intricately connected to the earth. It's imperative that we also allow for our own evolution so that we can respond to that frequency of the earth and really enjoy the fruits of her abundance and give back to her, right? Because if we're operating in a whole different frequency, we cannot have that reciprocal relationship with the earth, which I think is really necessary, which I think too has been lost over time. So this moon is presenting us with a lot of really great opportunities to step into our expansions and really co-create new experiences without the weight of the past. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into a reading. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. I'm already at 6 minutes. I'll timestamp when the reading starts. I think this is probably the last week to book a personal reading with me. My calendar will be closed for the top of the year, but I'll be back in January. I just don't have any appointments open yet because I'm working out my schedule. So hang tight if you want to book a personal reading. Of course, if you're over on Patreon, you're a Patreon supporter and you want to book a personal reading, y'all's calendar is different. And if you want to join us over on Patreon, please do. I would love it. I'm really looking forward to expanding in that space next year. So if you want to join, I would love it. I really appreciate it. Just check it out. So, all right, let's go. Cancer full moon messages for the collective. Ooh. Okay. I feel like is this okay, that's 4. I'm going to take this one first. This says birth mysteries. What are you being called to create? I promise you that's what I was just talking about. What are you being called to create that might be different than like a calling that was responding to a shifting frequency. Your frequency is shifting, so your calling is shifting. It might be similar, but it might just have to, go to the next level, go to the next step. Cosmic ocean, current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. The beginning of this year of the beginning of 2024 is going to, it's going to really make a sort of cushiony space for some really dynamic new beginnings, changes, life shifts for a lot of people in the collective. And it's like the reason that it's happening is because it's this repositioning so that everyone, it's like places, everybody get in their places as we approach the the Pluto and Aquarius transit that's really going to stronghold at the end of 2024. This is going to be like, shifting places, shifting positions too. I'm getting the last will be first. The last will be first. Like this is that energy really pushing through, but really like sort of understanding practically how you are going to, or practically what you are going to do to co-create an experience in your new position. You have the Isle of Avalon, healing, returning to wholeness, transformation, right? It requires feeling through these feelings and healing through some of these feelings, and the allowing for some of those denser energies, the allowing for that as we move through this full moon energy is really what sort of makes space for the transformation, right? It's like what makes space for the transformation into lighter energy. What is this? Stagnant water, feeling stuck, a call for shifts, flow, and change. Okay, listen, it gets you unstuck. Like that's the they're showing me stretching. They're showing me like a Gumby type of thing. And so it's almost like your calling's calling you, but there's something that's like hanging onto this hand and you're just feeling stretched, but it also not moving. You know what I'm saying? It's because something over here that's holding, the reason it's holding you is because you have yet to truly allow for the feeling to rise up to the top, to feel through it, to sit with it, to own it, to appreciate it as part of your experience, part of what has shaped you, who you are, and welcome it into your welcome it into integration with what you're trying to create. Because this isn't like a magical thing. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to feel the grief and then I'm not going to be sad anymore. It's not necessarily true. You're going to learn how to integrate the sadness, integrate that density so that it doesn't feel so heavy. Because right now it's like just dragging it. The weight is not distributed properly. Because it needs to be sort of unpacked and something needs to be unpacked and redistributed. I don't know what that means. Somebody might be traveling and you can't figure out how to unpack and redistribute. I don't know. The Water Oracle, psychic abilities, acting on visions. It's destined. You're ready to move on the calling, but the thing that's keeping you stretched out, and disintegrated. You move through it now. You're moving through it now. Because the vision is getting clear. Your vision is getting clearer and clearer too as you sort of allow yourself to feel through these feelings, because you sort of understand your attachments differently. I don't know who that's for. I don't know what that means. But you're understanding your attachments differently. Okay. All right. Let's see. Collective for the full moon in Cancer. You're understanding your attachments differently, and it's making it easier to release them too. Because you're understanding that the parts that you need to carry, like the parts that you want to hold, you can take with you. You can integrate. You don't have to like drag the whole thing along. I don't know what that means. Okay. You don't have to drag everything with you though. Okay. I'll take those. We have presence of absence. Hold what is absence in the presence of your love. Right. Thank you. It's like you can hold the parts that are you can hold, it's like I always say, you can hold the lesson without dragging the entire experience. You can hold the joy without like you can hold the joy without always having like the cast of the sorrow or something like that. It's like those two things do exist, but it's like you don't have to carry it all. Hold what is absence in the present of your love. This is just love for all of our past experiences, integrating them with the spirit of love, and not sort of like, I think the reason that we put things in we put things off, we put feelings off, is because of fear of like how deep those feelings actually go. But it's like also understanding that deeper than any of those emotions is love. It defies the concept of density. So like, for example, if you lost someone, and I'm sorry if you've lost someone, and it's like there's this like deep sadness that doesn't allow you to really recall the joy of the love that you shared with this person. It doesn't allow you to really rest in the love that you shared with this person. It's like understanding that love is first of all that grief is an expression of that love, and then integrating that grief in a way that doesn't feel so heavy. Because understanding that the love that was shared is deeper, is at the bottom of that grief. You know what I'm saying? Once you get through all the way, that love is still there. Once you get through all of that grief, that love is still there. And so it's like, instead of feeling like you're like wallowing in this like never ending well of grief, like you don't know where the end is, I think you can find comfort in knowing that at the end of that, like it's not a never ending well of grief, because love defies that density. There's love at the bottom of all of that. I don't know. It says emotional energy. Emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. Giving thanks for all of the feelings, for the full spectrum of the feelings. Look at that rainbow. For the full spectrum of emotions. And allowing it all to give you energy. A lot of you are really finding ways to transmute some things that have been sitting there, that have been sitting a little bit dusty, that have been stagnant. You're really finding ways to transmute them now because you're ready to move on. Your vision is clear. Your vision is really clear. You're being called to create something new, something fresh, a future reality. A future reality is coming online. A future reality is coming online for you. Key to intimacy. Ooh. It says, intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourselves and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. For some of you, you're releasing experiences where you felt like you should have or could have felt love, but it wasn't there. You're releasing those experiences now because they've been sort of like you've been holding on to them, and they've been sort of blocking the pathway to what you would to what is true intimacy. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. Some of you are learning to have gratitude for past experience because of what you learned through it, even if that lesson was painful. Some of you are coming to a space where, and that's the way that you're transmuting the energy. You're offering like forgiveness as transmutation, gratitude as transmutation. Okay. All right. What are we doing? Let's do the line strider. Okay. Messages for the collective. $873, August of 1973. The 25th, the 21st. March 5th. For some of you, you sort of go through this process of feeling through and transmuting, and then there's a big shift in your energetic experience in some way, whether that's like physical or just like you feel different. or you like you welcome in you welcome in some sort of new emotional experience. But some of you, like, you will be sort of transmuting this energy for the next 35 days, as they said, and then February 1st through the 5th you're going to be experiencing some big transition. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you could have some sort of new emotional experience that's being offered to you, that's coming into you, or you could be making the offer. And you have the Three of Pentacles here is coming together. This could be too, like, on a project, like you could be, excuse me, hold on. You could be waiting to find out if someone likes something and like wants to work with you, or yeah, if somebody likes something and they want to work with you, or like if you like someone and you want to go, like you want to start a project with them, or even like come together in some sort of collaboration. I heard creative collaboration, creating this future reality. Co-creating a future reality with the Star card here too, aligning in some sort of like mission, but it happens through healing. The Star is healing, and the Star is also like hope. There's a level of hope for the future that I think also is restored through the transmutation of the density. The dense emotional energy that's coming up right now for some. When I say density, that might feel different for some people. For some, it might feel heavy in your body. For others, you might just feel like your feelings are like swirling around you, and you're like trying to like get to the center. You know what I mean? Get to the center and not get pulled away in the current. I don't know if that's how that works. I would probably drown if I was in an ocean emergency. But like, that's the thing. You're just trying to get to the center and not get swept away by the current is what, and it like before like, because you understand I think you understand the transformation now. Again, the future reality is coming online. It's coming into view. You have the Nine of Wands. This healing, this being at the end of the battle, and sort of like being like, okay, thank you. I'm getting like you're no longer under attack. That's for somebody out there. You're no longer under attack. You need to know that. Hold on, I can't get around it. They're saying you're no longer under attack, and they're also saying like, you got through you've been through the most difficult part. Like that difficult part of the journey, you've reached the end of that difficult part of the journey here. You've reached the end of the difficult part of the journey, and you might not recognize it because it's like, how could it be the end of the journey when you still are like, there's still so much left to feel? You know what I mean? It's like being like, okay, you made it out of the war, but like you're all wounded up and it's going to be weeks of healing. You got broken bones. You know what I'm saying? There's kind of like that type of deal, but it's like, you're coming into the recognition now that you're no longer under attack, or you need to. Whether you felt like you were under spiritual attack, or you felt like just like things just weren't going your way, or like you were just like, it was, I'm good. They just said it's a hard knock life. So if you felt like it's been like a hard knock life or something like that, understand that whatever the emotional process that you're going through right now is clearing space for this hopeful new beginning, this new offer, this new hold on. Wow. The World card, new cycle, And then the King of Wands, that you're very, like, there's a lot of passionate energy here. Being impassioned, driven to mission. Thank you. Being driven to mission. For some of you, you might be going on a mission, like missionary type work, or like Doctors Without Borders. I just heard somebody might be going to do Doctors Without Borders, or something like that. Peace Corps, something like that. Some of you might be like taking that up as a passion, or I always get NGO. Some people might want to be participating in an NGO or some sort of humanitarian cause in the world. This could be some sort of work that you're about to start taking up, but for others of you, this is just beginning a new cycle of that, where you have restored passion and confidence, a boldness that's coming back. Or maybe it's never, maybe it's just like new or something. It's new in your transformation. There's a boldness here that's new in your transformation. You have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So there is a lot of, it's like very I'm feeling like very soothing. It's like, on the other side of this transmutation, it's like you're soothed into this passion or something like that. You have the Hermit here. Oh wait, what else was flipped over? Something else flipped over? No, just the Hermit. The Hermit was flipped over in the deck. It's enlightenment. It's coming back to self. It's you coming back to yourself. You kind of get like taking your power back here too. The World, the Hermit, the Star. All major arcanas out here. The Hanged Man now too. Yeah, the Enlightenment. And the Magician. Whoa, okay. That's wild. The Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. After the healing, after you going through this healing process, whether or not these are like things that you feel like have happened to you, or whatever it is that you are sort of, whatever emotions are coming up here for you, you are like, it's kind of like there's a relief. Thank you. That's the word. It's not soothing. It's relief. It's like a great relief that then like gets you unstuck. It gets you out of the stagnant water, and then reminds you that you have choices. You become enlightened to the options in the future reality here, and then you recognize yourself as this powerful co-creator. It's almost like you're so busy, like you were so preoccupied with the battle at hand, which no one can blame you for that. Like if you're at war, right? You know what I'm saying? Whatever that is for you, whatever that means for you, if you are at war, then you are preoccupied with like staying alive. You know what I mean? With protecting people around you, or just protecting yourself, really. I don't see a ton of people around you. I see you protecting yourself here. But now it's like, because you're no longer under attack, it's like, oh, okay, there's more to it than just sort of like trying to protect myself. Like, it's like there's, because there's not an immediate threat on your safety, and I don't mean that literally, your emotional safety for some of you, or just like feeling like nothing's going your way and that like doesn't feel safe. You don't feel maybe you weren't feeling supported universally. For some of you, it could be an immediate threat on your safety. And please, if you are in a dangerous situation, find your way to safety, talk to somebody, call an authority. Because there's not an immediate threat on your safety, it's opening you up to more options, and allowing you to see like exactly what you sort of what resources you have at hand. And a lot of those resources are just internal gifts, internal gifts that you've forgotten about, internal gifts that you put aside because of the preoccupation with the battle, the preoccupation with what, like this, the attacks. I don't know why it's coming up as attacks. Stop the genocide on the people. Free Palestine, please. Enough suffering. Thank you. Enough suffering. It's time for the healings. Enough suffering. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Knight of Swords with the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck. All of these cards of enlightenment and epiphany. And again, like, I think I got this message earlier about like fine tuning your discernment. Your discernment is being fine tuned to adjust to the new options that you now have. Again, there's a return to stability here. And as you come into and as you return, I'm feeling emotional stability a lot, but it also feels like, again, this transmutation that allows for your evolution and your transformation brings in a new level of stability. Also allows you to, I guess, recognize your true value, your true worth. And it's almost like, it feels like this simultaneous thing. It's like, as you're like, oh yeah, starting to remember who you are, starting to sort of recollect your resources. I don't know what that means. Recollect your resources. It's like at the same time, like good news starts coming in. Good news about the new cycle. Good news about the future reality. The Seven of Swords. Why are you here? You get. I was gonna say you might be it might be like a sneaking off type. Like you're like, it's almost like it doesn't even feel sneaky. Honestly, it doesn't feel sneaky. It just feels perhaps like you just might not be telling people about this new way that you're seeing the world, this new way that you're seeing yourself, perhaps like new focus, new direction that you're going. You might not be sharing some sort of success that you're having either, because you want to protect it. So this is what I'm getting here with the Seven of Swords and this Ace of Cups, like wanting to protect it. Wanting to protect all of the good that's coming into you. Because it's like it's like I'm getting like you didn't work as hard as you worked to move through those emotions and to get to the part of the well where that deep love reside, that deep love for self, that deep love for past, that deep love that you held between you and a loved one who might not be here with us or is not in your life anymore. It's like you got to get down to that part of the well, and that's hard work to do. And when you get down to that part of the well and open yourself to the experience of that kind of depth, that's something that you want to protect. That's something that you want to protect. And it's also something that you want to move toward spaces where that is also where it's nurtured and nourished. Then that's the Cancer card too. The Chariot is Cancer card, Cancer full moon. Yeah. Anything else before we wrap this up? Okay, these cards really want to talk. Yeah, and you're going to be entering into a space where you are supported you are universally supported. where it feels like your experience is much more balanced too, where it's like, it's not just like a consistent series of hard knocks. It's more of like, I'm getting more of a balance of win some, you lose some, which is like the natural course of things, right? You win some, you lose some, you always learn. You know what I mean? And like, you might have been in a like in like a season, because it's all it is. We just move through these seasons on this journey, right? You might have been in a season where it was like a lose some, lose some, lose some, lose some, lose some more, right? You know what I mean? But now it's going to be like, you win most, you lose a couple. You know what I mean? And then the last card, I'm going to stop right there because you got the 10 of Pentacles, right? You're going to be winning a lot. You're going to be growing a lot, expanding in your time, your money, your energy. Some of you are going to be expanding in home. Some of you are going to like building this long-term stability, long-term legacy, healing a generational curse. That feels like part of the transmutation. It doesn't have to be a curse, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it does. I mean, it doesn't, but it's part of the transmutation, is healing something that's existed through you generationally, they said through your mother line, which makes sense because this is Cancer energy. That's mother energy, the nurturer, right? And so, yeah, for some of you, you're healing something, which is going to open you up to this expansive abundance here that's on offer. Okay, let's get a, what do we want to do? Let's do Shaman's Dream for this. If you made it this far, put any of the water emojis. Could be the water drop, the ocean, the splash. Maybe there's a lake. Any kind of water, even if it's the shower. Any kind of water, drop that emoji. You're a real one if you made it this far, for sure. Okay. You want to wrap it up? Woo! That's 2. I'm going to leave them. I'll take them both out. We'll see which one we're going to read. We've got Unmarked Trail, Revelation, geez, these are good, and Horseman, the Herald of Change. I'm going to read one, and then the other one I'll put in on the community tab so you guys can see it. What am I going to read? And they're both 3 cards, 33, 333. You could be seeing 333 a lot. Mind, body, spirit alignment, so that you can really step into this future reality. Dang. All right. Let's read Unmarked Trail. The change is here on the other side of this emotional processing experience that we are being afforded with this full moon. Yeah. So the change is here, but we're going to read about the unmarked trail, which it feels like that's where you're headed, right? The unmarked trail. It says, "You are called now to embark on a sacred journey. The Arthurian knights, in their quest for the Holy Grail, had to make sure to take an unmarked trail that no one had ever followed, or they would not accomplish their goal. Likewise, you must enter the darkest forest of your soul via a route as yet unidentified to find what you seek. The manicured paths will bring you only temporary pleasure and later great pain. So stop it. You already know there is no reward at the end of the road that you are following. You are only killing time. Pause, breathe, and commit in your heart to a sacred endeavor. Vow to not look for old solutions that may have worked with past challenges. Get out of character, try the outrageous, and keep your quest private." Didn't I say that? I did. I promise I said that. The messages be on point, y'all. Don't sleep on me. Now is not the time to speak of the voice that called you to embark on the unmarked trail. That time will come. The unmarked trail can be a sign that you have already made a choice, even if you do not want to acknowledge it. Be at peace with what your heart knows to be true. Your heart has already been made up, and your mind will follow. Pack lightly. Didn't I say something about packing too? Pack lightly, taking with you only essential beliefs that you know to be trustworthy under all circumstances. The universe has your back. Universally supported. That's the card. The unmarked trail. All right, I really hope that this message resonated with some of y'all out there. I really, really, truly do. I hope you're all well. Hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the thumbs up. Drop me a comment. Join us over on Patreon. Book a personal if you get to this in time. And if this is where we leave things, please know that I am sending you so much love, so much peace, so many blessings, and I'll see you soon. Bye.